Hello Leo, my name is Agatha and this is the Astrology and Tarot forecast for the months of February 2018. This is a very general reading. If you like a private consultation, please send an email to dunyazade@gmail.com and I'd be delighted to work with you. For the tarot reading this month, I'm going to use the Druidcraft Tarot deck, which is this deck, and it's a beautiful deck. Let's start immediately, Leo, with the astrology forecast for February 2018. There's going to be a solar eclipse on the 15th of February 2018 at 27 degrees of Aquarius. This is a new beginning, okay, which might, for some of you, signify something in your life that might come to an end. But if that does happen, something new will start in your life. In your case, Leo, the solar eclipse in Aquarius is going to happen in your 7th house. So it could be that maybe for some of you, you might meet someone and and you start a new love relationship. Or maybe you've been with someone for a while and you decide to move on to the next stage of your relationship, which could be, for instance, getting married. For others, it could be the other way around. A relationship that's no longer working, you decide to end it. Okay, but if that's the case, at least you'll be open for a new love relationship eventually. For others, it could be that the end of a contract, because it's the 7th house. So now this contract could be a contract which you sign. You've been working on a company for a while, and maybe they decide not to renew your contract. It could be that, or you decide not to go back to that company and just find a different job. If it's not you, it could be some sort of changes connected with your spouse, for instance. Maybe he or she, their contract doesn't get renewed. Maybe he or she loses their job. I really hope not, but it might be that. This could also be something connected with your second child. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl, is the second one. So maybe your kid, he or she has a boyfriend, a new boyfriend, gets married or gets divorced, starts college or ends college and then goes to work on a foreign company, on a foreign place, abroad. A new beginning or an end that will entail a new beginning connected with your second child. This could be something to do with your open enemies, your declared enemies. The 7th house is the house of the enemies that you know of. If someone has been, been bullying you, or stalking you online or something like that, that might come to an end. Why? Because maybe you decide to go to the cops. Maybe you decide to go to the police, and that because of that it ends. Okay. So this is the part of the astrology. Now let's go to the tarot reading. So the first card, which is this, the first card is your biggest priority, and your biggest priority is represented by the 6 of Cups. I would say is that to keep harmony with your kids. If you have children, your biggest priority are your kids, are your children, and you want them to be happy. If there's some sort of problem with your spouse and you decide to divorce, it could be that you want, whatever happens, you want your kids always to be okay with each other. If you don't have kids, always to be happy, always to be okay, always to be in harmony. And if there's problems, you don't want those problems to affect your kids. And Leo, if you don't have children, maybe your biggest priority is to think of all the good things that happened in your past. If you have someone, for instance, if you have someone and you don't have kids with that person, you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and it doesn't matter if you are going to advance to the next stage or you're going to end your relationship, your biggest priority is always to think of the good times and to be on good terms with him or her. For others, your biggest priority is to have kids. You want to have a child. It could be that. Then your obstacles during February 2018, you have the Prince of Swords, or the Knight of Swords in traditional texts. So the obstacles is that maybe there's some sort of a big change in your life, which might make you be in conflict with, I would say, your spouse, your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend. There's some sort of conflict going on. No, you might be feeling attacked, and you want to be okay with him or her, and you want whatever conflict is happening, you don't want that conflict to affect your kids. So, but that's an obstacle. It's kind of difficult to maintain harmony if there's some sort of conflict going on. It could be not necessarily with your partner. It could be, you know, with your employer who doesn't want to renew the contract or wants to impose certain conditions within the contract and you don't agree with it, okay? Then the third card is that which you can change. You have the Two of Wands. So you can try to see that there's many different possibilities. There's many different routes available to you. There's this option and that option. You can change the way you think about things. You can, you know, take a breather and consider everything before making a choice. You can also rely on your partnership somehow. For some of you, it's relying in your partner. For others, it's not relying on your partner. But basically, I would say it's more seeing that there's more than one possibility in front of you. Okay? More than one choice. Then what you must accept, you have the Two of Cups. You must accept that you do have the support of people who matter to you. Now, this could be people in your family, your friends, your spouse, for those who are... Even if you decide to, you know, divorce, your spouse, for some of you, you're still gonna get along with him or her. There's still support from him or her. Okay? There's some sort of love that it's still there and it's still present. What you must accept is that for others it could be that there's some sort of, if you're single, there's someone who wants to have a relationship with you and who might be a soulmate type of person, but he or she might come on too strong, might even have some sort of conflict with you in the beginning, but this person might actually be your soulmate, might actually be the one with whom you're going to be with. You know, it depends from person to person. Now, the progress which will happen in February 2018, you have the Two of Pentacles. This is not exactly progress, but there's some sort of instability. I would say emotional instability during February 2018. This makes sense because maybe a contract doesn't get renewed. Maybe you lose your job. I really hope not. Maybe your spouse or partner loses their job, or maybe there's some sort of someone who's bullying you, or attacking you, or you're getting divorced, and all of that will make you not be in a good place, in terms of emotionally speaking. There's a lot of emotional turbulence happening in your life, and even though you make an effort to be in harmony with yourself, it's kind of difficult. If you're like going through a divorce, it's the same thing. If someone approaches you and wants to have a relationship with you, if there's like someone who appears to be kind of like a soulmate, you'll feel the same way. You'll feel you have no idea how to behave. You'll be emotionally, there'll be some sort of turbulence inside of you. Okay, so there's many different ways of reading these cards. So that's it, Leo. This is the reading that I have for you for the months of February 2018. This is a very general reading. If you like a private consultation, please send an email to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye.